Hello everyone, it's Maria here from Pebbly Rose Paper Crafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to apologise, yesterday I didn't do a YouTube live video, basically because I still had both children off sick. They've been sick for about a week now and they've got a horrible cough and it just refuses to go away. So my son actually went back today. He was able to go back to school today, but my daughter will still be off until next week. This was a very nasty bacterial infection that went straight to the chest. So for those out there that are sick at the moment, I feel your pain. So far I haven't caught anything, but who knows, that might change. But anyway, so yeah, I'll be doing just a normal tutorial today. I'll be featuring the Sprig Punch. I think that's what it's called. Just hang on a sec. I'll just look out of the screen here because I can't show you anything inside this catalogue, but it's the Sprig Punch, sorry, it's called Sprig Punch. This is going to be out in the new catalogue, which you can order from the 5th of September. So this is a gorgeous punch, and not only is it good for sprigs, but I'm going to show you today some punch art using the Fox Builder Punch, and I'll be using the stamp set as well. So as you'll guess, I will make a reindeer with these, and I'm also featuring an oldie but a goodie Star of Light stamp set. I absolutely love the star images in here, and this is what I will be making my background with, as well as with the Merry Christmas sentiment from this stamp set. So we'll get cracking. Just wanted to let everybody know I had sent out, those who had ordered with me, I sent out a catalogue late last week, so I'm hoping you should get it any day now. So yeah, if you haven't received yours, let me know and I will send it out again. So anywho, can't wait for you to see on the inside. It's got awesome stuff coming up. Oops, sorry about that. So to start off with, I've got a Whisper White card base, and it is 4.5 inches by 9, and I've scored it at 4.5 inches. So it'll end up being a 4.5 by 4.5 inch square card. And then I've got a layering piece of Whisper White, which is 4.25 by 4.25, okay? And with this piece, we're going to do some background stamping and some ink blending. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So what I'll be using for that is my block. So just bear with me for 1 second. Okay, so I'm just going to grab out the stamp sets that I'll be using. So basically I'm going to be using the stars. So I'll be grabbing them all. I'm going to make my own background, like my own DSP. So I'm just taking out all of the stamps that have stars in them. Pretty random, but it will look pretty, I think, in the end. And that one as well. And just grab my piece of paper there, and I'll just arrange them how I'd like to see them. And this is pretty random, guys. I'm not doing anything, you know, just some random like star patterns in the background. So stars and snowflakes and whatever else. So yeah, that looks cool. Alright, so what I will do is I will use, should I use my Stamparatus? I'm trying to think. No, I'll use a block for this time, so I'll just grab one of my blocks and grabbing this one. Okay, and I will be using the Stamparatus though soon, but for this, I'm just going to put that away. I'm going to add, use my embossing buddy. I'll just get my craft sheet because I like using it. And I'll just use my Versamark ink pad, and I'll just ink the images up and just stamp them in a random kind of fashion. And hope they don't overlap because it's pretty hard to see where I have stamped, but let's hope that works out. So I'm just going to now put some white embossing powder. And with my YouTube live videos, I just want to let you know I will not be doing them weekly. I've decided that I'll just stick with the just my tutorials that I normally do. And if I need to make special announcements or if I have a haul, that's when I will generally do a YouTube live. If you feel otherwise, let me know and we'll see what we can do. But at this point in time, I think it works out better that I just stick with my regular tutorials and go from there. So I'm just putting white embossed powder over my images. Looks really nice. So I'm creating my own DSP basically. And my new thing now is ink blending. Just hold on 1 second. Okay, so I've just finished putting on the embossing powder, and I'm very sorry I had to take that phone call, otherwise the phone would keep ringing if I didn't take it. So what I will be doing off camera is I will be heat embossing this. So that's the background and it's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to heat emboss this and I'll come back. Okay, so I finished heat embossing this. So this is how it looks now without it being inked up, and it looks beautiful even as it is. I love that. But what I am going to ink it up with is some Balmy Blue and Blueberry Bushel. These colours will look beautiful together, blended together. So I'm going to grab my my blending tool and just grab my Blueberry Bushel as well. Okay, so what I will start off with is with the light colour, and that will be the Balmy Blue. Okay, so I've just finished ink blending this and I think it turned out beautiful. So I'm just going to wipe my surface here with my chamois. Just get rid of those ink blending tools. Just wipe that off, and then so that's all done, and I'm just going to grab a tissue and I'm just going to wipe that down. Get rid of the excess ink off the embossing. So this is a nice favourite technique, emboss resist, which is fantastic. So I'm just wiping off all the excess ink off the surface of that, and I think it looks spectacular. I just love that. Isn't that beautiful? Just gorgeous. So yeah, that's from the Star of Light stamp set. So I just grabbed all those little stars and did that, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. So now that that's done, I'm going to put this to the side. And I'm going to grab some Blueberry Bushel scrap piece of cardstock there, and I'm going to grab the Merry Christmas, and where is that? It's over here. And I'm going to use my Stamparatus to line that up. So this is now all heat embossed with Whisper White. We will trim this down later, but I'll leave it here for now for it to cool off. Now I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus again, and I'm also going to be bringing in my Foxy Friends stamp set because we're going to make a reindeer, as I said before. So to do that reindeer, I'm going to use this image over here, and I'm going to use a template that I have. That's the same as the punch, and I have this living in here, so when I want to do my stamping, and especially with multiples, I like to have a template so that when I stamp it's all there available, okay, and especially for positioning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this template that I have with a scrap piece of cardstock in here, and I'm going to cut a couple of images there. And to me, it doesn't matter if it didn't ink over there because we're going to put the head over this, so it'll be okay. Like that. Isn't that cute? So that will make your little reindeer. So I'm going to now take this off, and we're done with the stamping. And this stamp set does come with antlers. Where are they? They're up there. But I want a punch art one. So I want an actual physical one. So this is going to work out really nicely with the Sprig Punch. So I'll bring that out now. Oops. And I've got some early espresso cardstock, and I'm just going to stamp that out. I'm going to punch that out. And there we have a gorgeous sprig, which we will use as antlers. So what I'll do is I'll stick the body onto the head now of this image here. And I haven't forgotten the eyes. And I'll just pop this now on here. See, so now we have the head and the body, and we're going to stick the antlers behind. So it looks like a reindeer, super cute. So I'm just going to add some glue right on the edges here. Oops, come on. Get my glue there. And then I'm going to stick the antlers onto the reindeer head. Just position it nicely. And there you go, there's your antlers. Isn't that cute? So cute. Alrighty, so I'm going to grab my Stamparatus again. You don't have to do this, but I do really like using the Stamparatus. I just want to make sure that I position everything correctly. So you can stick anything in there, punch out, whatever you like. I'm just going to grab now one of the eyes and nose. So I'm going to use this one, which is the one that has the smaller gap, that one. So I'll just position it where I think it will look cute. I think that looks good there. I'll just make sure it's right in the middle. I think that will do there. Let's pop it on. I'm going to ink it up in early espresso. And this will ensure that I don't muck it up. Just a light press. And there we have a gorgeous reindeer. Isn't that cute? Okay, so now I'm going to get rid of the Stamparatus and we are done with the stamping. And what we will do next is we're going to bring back our card base and our panel there. I'm going to stick that on top there, but before we do that, I'm going to trim this up and I'm going to make that into a strip that goes down the bottom. So I'll just grab my paper trimmer, trim that up. Okay, now in times when you can't anchor it up the top, what you can do is get some washi tape or some painter's tape, whatever you have on hand, and we'll just angle it to where you would like to cut. So this will be a bit more this way. So you line it up, then you can stick it down anywhere you like, as long as it can anchor, and then I'm going to cut the strip. Okay, so I've cut a strip now, and I am going to trim this up. I think I'm going to make it into a banner, and it will look like that. Isn't that gorgeous? Like so. I think that will be great. All right, so I'll get rid of this now. Grab my scissors. And I'll just put it down to the bottom here. I'm going to have this here with a stitch-shaped circle, so I'm just using that for positioning. And I'll just do that here, I think. Yeah. So I'll just trim that off there. And I'm going to trim that down just a tad because it's a little bit uneven. There we go. Much better. And then I'm just going to flag the end there and there. And I'm just going to stick that down with some glue. I'll stick that right near the bottom here. So that will look pretty cool. And then I'm going to stick this on here. And I'm going to grab my Big Shot. And I'm using my magnetic plate. I'm going to grab my stitch shape framelits. And for this one, I think I'm going to use the second largest. But I just want to, where's my my little reindeer? I want to make sure that it's the right size. I think it might be better with the larger one. Yeah, I think I'll use the larger one. That will contain the whole reindeer. And I'll just grab this. just want to make sure I've got the right plates, because I've got one flat plate which I use down here, and then I've got one that's more bowed, and I use that up the top. Okay, so I'll now cut this out. Okay, so I've now just cut out the circle, so it's the largest stitch-shaped circle. So that's all cut out. Pop this away. Oops. There goes my... Alright, so what I'll do now is I'll just stick this panel, front panel down. I'll just angle it there in the middle. So this will make a nice, you know, non-traditional Christmas card as well. I'll pop this here in the middle, and my gorgeous little reindeer will be there. I think this turned out super cute. So I'll just grab some dimensionals, and I'm going to pop that all up on dimensionals, including the reindeer. So fun times, I love this. All right. Just grab some dimensionals now. And one more here. And one more there. Want to make sure this is nice and stable. So you don't have to go as crazy as I have with the dimensionals, but I like it. So take that more all off. Oops. Stick this down in the middle there. Oops, I'll go there. Yep. Okay. Now I'm going to stick my reindeer now on dimensionals. Oops. Get off backing. There. There, and I'm going to cut one in half with my snips, and I'll just put one here and oops, here. Alrighty, so I'll just take off all the backings. I'll leave the antlers. You could also put tiny little ones, but that'll take up too much time, so I'll just leave it as is. And I'll leave this now on top here. Just angle it the way I'd like it. I haven't pressed it down, so this should be easy. But, yeah. All right, let's do that there. And there we have it. A beautiful reindeer card using the gorgeous Foxy Friends stamp set and the Star of Light stamp set for the background and for the Merry Christmas sentiment and the gorgeous stitch shape framework. So I'll bring it up closely. I love the ink blending background. It's something I'm obsessed with at the moment, but that's a way to make your stamps go further and make your own DSP. It's so much fun. And you can do this in any colour scheme you like. So I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. And just to let you know too, if you're a customer of mine, you will automatically receive a holiday catalogue. So I hope you like what I've done. If you like, please subscribe and like my video and share it around. I'd really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, always feel free to give me a yell through my Stampin' Up online store at pepperlyrose.stampinup.net, and you can go to the Contact Me section and you can email me there and I'll answer you as soon as possible. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial and I'll see you later. Bye.